It's Madden NFL 23. And up next is Xavier Howard, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Dolphins and the Steelers under the lights on Thursday night.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. CD, you look at the Steelers in this matchup. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense. This seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that, what coaches call want to.
Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This take it in at the goal line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. He finds Corey Davis. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. And Lance going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4 quarterback. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A first carry for Najee Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 34. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Lance looking to throw it. He finds Pickens over the middle. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Patterson's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Career touchdown number 136. Tying in with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list. And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Fring always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And they run with Harris off the option. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll run again with Harris. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 57 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Trey Lance, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Steelers have retaken the lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharp. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Quite a show of arm strength right there. And that was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack. He'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. 30 yards as his guys have now moved out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Sanders on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So that drive of 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it second down and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this returnable for Hill. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lance. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. The 20. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 88 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. The 3-yard touchdown pass, and they're able to add on to their advantage. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simple, Sam. We don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway. There's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And Lance again going to keep it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Lance. And that's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the gun on third down, Lance completes this one to Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From midfield, here's Lance. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And Lance's throw caught by Tony. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Here's Lance. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 30 on second down, Lance. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. Lance now on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Channing Tindall.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll throw now on the final play. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the 2 teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back, Charles. Into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Trey Lance, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And, in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Lance going to try to throw for this. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Miami set to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Looking to throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down. It's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's the option. Running right. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Chop that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Here's Lance to throw it. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Black walk, next red.
Lance going to hold on to it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, 1st down. Lance now on 1st down. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Channing Tindall racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lance. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Lance. And that will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. You got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. With a second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. So still time remaining here in this 4th quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tied game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He gets it complete to Harris.
Hurry!
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. An option handoff given to Harris. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. The Lance going to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will have a Steelers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. The Lance now to throw. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lance. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Here's Lance. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Lance looking to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Lance again going to keep it. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Jackson.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Jackson to throw.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Here's Jackson.
And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Ready?
Jackson.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Ready?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
Throwing. Jackson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And Sanders pulled it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
Ready? Break.
Now Lance.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.